Here's Johnny.
Welcome to my world, bitch.
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend to the end. Heidi-ho.
And when you're down here with me, you float down.
Like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite scary movie?
What's up, guys? Welcome to Friday the 14th. I am one of your hosts, Mr. Fuentes.
And I am another host, the 4K bad guy. If you're noticing that there's a missing rectangle on the bottom, the real one, unfortunately, he had to pull a double today, and then not referring to cheeseburgers at all. Double shifts.
Hell yeah.
He was really
Well, he'll
bummed
be
that he
here.
couldn't make it.
He'll be here in spirit.
Spirit. Speaking of spirit, I went to Spirit Halloween today.
Nice. How was it?
How was it? Pick one of these bad boys up.
Ooh.
Michael Myers behind the hedge.
Behind the hedge.
It's nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They have a lot of cool things like that over there.
Yeah, enough to make you go broke.
Dang.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
went for select a few items. On a budget.
Yeah. Baller on a budget. Oh.
How was your weekend? And you recently did a show.
Yeah, no, it was good. We did our show for Robzilla's Dirty Third birthday show. It was really fun. I'm still putting together the footage for the live show that I got from everyone. It's coming out pretty nice. I'm still kind of learning how to play with all the editing stuff and things like that, but overall it's coming out. So I guess expect that soon. The live video of the concert I did at Robzilla's Dirty Third birthday show. But yeah, overall, pretty good weekend. I'm going to go visit some friends this weekend and get to kind of do a house party. I've never really done that, a house party show. So we'll see how that goes.
Nice. I saw your post about a show in September, I believe.
September, yeah. I have a show in San Antonio, the Night of the Shrunken Head at the Happy Place in San Antonio. Yeah, it should be fun. Pretty excited to go to that show as well. Yeah, I mean, shows are starting to pop back up. It's becoming that season, so I'm pretty excited. I have a few opportunities lined up, so I'm ready to get back out there and start doing some live shows again.
Nice. I'm excited when you said season. Season of the Bad Guy's coming up pretty soon.
Season of the Bad Guy.
Yeah.
LFG. But yeah, so today we are reviewing Countdown. It is it's on Netflix right now if you haven't seen it, or in Nick's hand or pants, wherever he pulls those DVDs out of. Every time I mention any horror movie name, he just pulls it out and just whips it out. And yeah, no, I mean, yeah, if you haven't seen it before, check it out. It's on Netflix, and I'm sure you can find it anywhere else, or you can get the physical copy like our friend, the bad guy, did. And yeah, I guess a synopsis, or not a synopsis, but I guess we'll talk about the characters, right? I actually don't really know many of these people in here except for Valentin Rodriguez because of the George Lopez show. The guy that plays Ernie. I don't really listen to the comedian, but I know this guy's a comedian, Tom Segura.
Yeah, I recognize.
I knew his face when I saw him. I was like, that's a comedian. I know that guy. And he was actually, to me, stole the show, but that's kind of a spoiler. But yeah, no, some interesting characters. Everyone played I think they played their roles really well. We have the leads, Elizabeth Lale, playing Quinn Harris, Tabitha Elena Bateman, who plays Jordan, Quinn's little sister. And then you have Jordan Calloway, who plays Matt Monroe. Uh, Peters Fasinelli, who plays Dr. Sullivan. Um, and then just some other semi-familiar faces, but again, don't really ring too much of a bell. But the main characters were the ones that I already mentioned. A synopsis, I think, I'm coming up with one off the top of my head like usual. So, in an age where apps are on the rage, a new app had come out called Countdown that tells you when you will die. Um, After some people have started downloading it, strange occurrences have happened when they try to alter their fate. Um, and our story follows a girl named Quinn who had downloaded the app and is now looking to save herself from her gruesome fate.
Gruesome fates.
Hell yeah. Oh man, now I gotta rate this.
You gotta rate it.
Yeah. I give it a 2.5.
2.5. Yeah, it's not much lower than my rating. I thought I was gonna be. I feel like my rating's kind of generous. 3.
A 3.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, again, before we get into any of the minutia of the show, you can watch this on Netflix. You can also probably rent it on DVD, Blue, any streaming service as well. But at the moment, it's on Netflix. So if you have that, I would say it's a good one-time watch. So I would recommend checking it out if you're looking for something to watch. And I guess we can kind of get into it. What did you find that you liked about it in general?
Besides the main actress, the way she looks, no.
Oh yeah.
The
What's up, Elizabeth?
I mean, I feel like they kind of capitalize on the of modern technology. I mean, we use a lot of apps. We go on Facebook and all that shit, and sometimes we'll randomly install random ass apps. Tinder, no. And
Grinder. Oh wait, no.
it just reminded me of like the just any silly apps that are just there. Like I have tons of space. I can spare. Just get that talking cat app. But they like how they try to play it off like a little party. Like there's this app, and it's gonna tell you when you're gonna die. Oh, that's
Yeah.
bullshit. Let's download it. But yeah, I mean, just I think it's a decent concept to pull you in.
Yeah, I actually I did really kind of like it, starting off. Hold on one second.
The death app. Oh, he let the dog out. He let the dog out.
Oh. I actually really, really enjoyed the movie up to minute 49 minutes. And then as soon as 49 minutes, it fell off. But for me, I thought it was cool. I liked the original idea. Because it is to me, it's an original idea, for a movie. I really liked the horror scenes that did pop up. The graphics were very well for the misfigured faces and things that came back from the dead. I thought that was really awesome. And the there was a jump scare at 29 minutes, and it actually got me. I was not prepared for that at all. I was just like, holy shit, where did that come from? I had to actually rewind it to kind of look, because I kind of jumped a little, and then I was just like, oh, he looked kind of cool. Let me go back and check him out. And yeah, I mean, he looked beautiful, the way they did the graphics on that guy. It looked really good. So I recently saw that I'll go get the manager scene on Facebook, just that little clip, and it's
He turns
I
around.
would like to talk to your manager. Alrighty, let me go get him real quick. Hi, I'm the manager.
She's like, all right, you smart ass, you just lost yourself a customer.
Oh, really? You think I'm gonna find another one? It was pretty funny that I didn't know it came from this movie, so that made me laugh pretty hard. And then just any scene that Tom, man, I forgot how to say his name. Tom Segura. But yeah, I mean, any scene that he was in, he was actually pretty damn hilarious. So I was just like, oh, it actually makes me want to go watch some of his comedy specials. So I might check it out sometime.
I found him hilarious, and then the father or the
that one father.
Yep.
It was kind of funny. There was one scene, you know the scene where she backs up and wrecks into that other car. They didn't actually show any of the damage to either cars whatsoever. They kept the cameras angled away from them, which I thought was pretty funny, just because I'm gonna say obviously, but they were trying to save some money for budgeting, I'm assuming, or they just didn't think it was worth it to spend any budget on and actually wrecking a car just for one little scene. So they're like, well, how do we do it? And they're like, just don't show anything of the damage. I thought that was pretty funny. I think they also another thing that I saw that was kind of it made me think of Supernatural was man, how many times did Sam and Dean put salt on a window or something, or salt in front of a door, just to have it blown to break the seal and the demons or ghosts could cross? And it's just they had to address that. They're like, what if it blows it away? Damn, I didn't think of that. She was like, well, just mix it with the paint. And I was like, man, if Sam and Dean just carried a bucket of paint with them everywhere they went with salt mixed in it, they could have just no more problems with demons.
This movie was kind of giving me Conjuring vibes, or just the universe, or from the demonic demon looking like the nun, Valak. I was getting that, and the circle thing. Well, I mean, I think they also kind of do that within La Llorona, that movie.
Mm-hmm. I've never seen it, but
you never see it, but yeah.
I know what movie you're talking about. I've seen the previews and stuff of it. But I thought that was pretty clever that they came up with something original. That's what this movie is actually really, and I don't say it shouldn't be. I don't know why. Sometimes there's just movies that are very gimmicky, Truth or Dare seems like one of those kind of gimmicky kind of movies. I don't think gimmicky is the right word, but they're in the middle of they should be blockbuster hits, but they're kind of corny. This movie kind of gave me that vibe.
This wasn't done by Blumhouse, was it?
I don't believe so.
Because Blumhouse does a lot of those type of movies. I think Blumhouse did Truth is Dare. Happy Death Day, I believe, is one of their movies too.
STX looks like STX Films looks like this one. But Happy Death Day was amazing. But yeah, that was obvious. I wouldn't say it was obvious. But it was a comedy horror to me, which I thought this was going to be a comedy horror, to be honest, just because of the scene that showed up on the Netflix with Tom Segura talking to the guys, and it was just being funny. So I was like, oh, this is going to be one of those funny comedy ones, and there was no real comedy like whatsoever in this movie, besides the guy. He was and the priest. Sorry, him
Yeah.
too. So it's like they really were trying to seriously make this movie like a serious movie, and it just really, I don't know, it kind of threw me off, like them trying to do that, and actually how well structured it was, because I was like, well, they did a few things like foreshadowing. They showed the girl, overdosing and then like pulling out the shot to save her in the beginning of the movie, and obviously that was like her plan, kind of to use that experience for the end to help her out as well, and then building up with the doctor, him sexually harassing her, him going after her, trying to get her fired afterwards, after she got, denied, or after he got denied by her, and then just ending to like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. Like if it's him or my sister, I'm killing him. Like, which I understand. It just kind of, I don't know. It seemed like it was a cheap kind of like out too. Like after, like I said, after 49 minutes, I felt like the story writing just got lazy, and I just wasn't into it as much anymore. So it was like 40 minutes of like blah, except for the part with the other priest that was funny. He was pretty hilarious.
When the movies, I'll say, whenever the movie started out, did you think it was gonna be like just a person following them around, killing them, or did you actually see a supernatural type thing going on?
I think I thought it was going to be a supernatural thing going on.
Well, because they try to tease it, like in the beginning of the film, with the first girl, like she's walking and she sees someone following her behind, like, oh, it's the guy following me. Man, like, he just goes to his car.
I did. I would say I fell for it, but I did kind of like felt like that was just too on the nose whenever it was happening. I was just like, man, this guy's getting too close. Like it seems awkward. I kind of felt like something was off, and then it turned out it wasn't him. So, yeah, it was they did a really good job of like kind of misdirecting a lot. They did a good job of keeping coherent with the storyline. Is there anything that bothered you about this movie?
Bothered me.
I don't want to say bothered, but like you just didn't like, in general.
Mine's going at the moment. I can't think of. What?
Well, for me, I feel like I already mentioned, at 49 minutes, right after that, I just feel like there's a huge dip besides the scene. I felt like it was kind of lazy writing for them to do the doctor as kind of like the scapegoat for them to like escape. I just thought it was just like all of a sudden this girl was just going to become a killer, and she really was. She just did not. Like, you watch movies where people try to be killers and then they back out, or they like hesitate, when it's time to do the killing. Like, this girl was not hesitating. Like, she was like, I am going to kill this person. He is going to die. Which partially I agree, because he's a piece of crap. But obviously the movie was made for you to not like him and make him be a piece of crap. I just felt like it was a weird kind of escape, for it to happen.
Is he the same actor that plays the one of the from Twilight?
Like one of the main vampires?
Like the father of the family, the one of the Cullens. Looks like it.
Yeah, it says, Dr. Carlisle, yeah. Colon, yeah.
It's vampire.
Yeah, he's a vampire.
Perverted.
A perverted vampire. Yeah, and then, there's just like, to me, there's, you watch these things nowadays and you always see the trickle of like, propaganda from either the left and the right side. And to me, there was like the random little propagandas. Like, there was the drunk, conspiracy theorist guy who was just like, drunk, just saying random crap. And she was just like, we should get him to download the app. And you're like, no, we can't do that. The Holocaust wasn't real. All right, everything's cool now. Yeah, we can go. Let's get him to download the app now. Um, it was just funny. Not funny. It's just like, it's, when you look for things like that, you start seeing the random little propagandas that, they put into there. Another one that I saw in the movie was, and like I said, they're really light, but they're obviously there to like, that's how they get you, man. They put light little sprinkles of propaganda into all your little films, so you start like thinking this way. But there was no reason for the actor Matt to go up to the other guy after he was yelling at him for the girl hitting his car and being like, "I feel like beating up a white man." Like, he's like, you could have just said, "I was gonna kick your ass if you keep harassing her," but he had to point out, because he was black, that he was white. Like, I don't really. It would seem really weird to like kind of just point it out when he could have just been like, I'm gonna beat your ass if you don't get the fuck out of my face. Like,
He's like, oh, just take it easy, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. It's weird little things like that I pay attention to in movies. Like, whenever they happen, like, they're obviously pushing a narrative, and it's just weird to me that it happens, but it does happen. It's there. But besides that, I mean, everything else. Is there any? I do have a few like quotation mark stuff I noticed, but there's also a couple of plot holes and things. Do you have anything to talk about before I kind of jump into those?
No, I just mentioned like I found one of the first deaths interesting. Like, it really didn't matter if that girl was gonna be in the car with her boyfriend, because he was drunk driving.
Mm-hmm.
So should have either died there, because you see the scene later on. He crashed, and then I was like a trunk or something like that, like log.
Yeah, I went
Right through the thing.
Yeah, right through the seat.
I was like, so it's funny that it still happened. Like, regardless, like, I mean, she was already at her own house and she died in that area, but it still happened anyway.
Yeah, because I mean, that's how the curse work, if you
and it would keep like, it would notify, or like let's say the terms, was it
term agreement broken?
Broken, yeah. It kept saying that, like, but like just because you cancel plans, I mean, it's not like, oh, I'm gonna I had to kill you in that certain area.
Yeah, like that's what actually that's one of the, I want to say, stuff I noticed. Like, as far as I can tell, the little girl Jordan never broke her terms, because yes, she was probably supposed to go to the graveyard with Quinn and the father, and that sounds like where she was gonna die. It was whenever they went to the graveyard that day, but Quinn had already downloaded the app, and Quinn had already like canceled the plans, so that already ruined her plans to have to go to the place to die before she downloaded the app, and then she downloaded the app afterwards. So there was really nowhere for her to break her agreement, because she was kind of under house arrest, but she was still getting haunted in her house. So it never really showed how she broke her agreement, because she really never did. The only thing I can think of is that whenever the hacker increased everyone's life, that it shortened everyone else's. That's pretty much all I can think of. But I mean, it never explains that. So yeah, as far as I can tell, she never broke the terms ever. And then there's a couple of plot holes, like, if the paint barrier obviously worked, then why not just use it again? Why did they like not keep it? Like, I kind of understand they're trying to get away from it. Like, well, if we make one of the girls injured and we take them to the hospital, then we can like say that's why they didn't stick around for the salt barrier. But I mean, it sounds like they could have just taken the paint with them and make a whole nother circle at the hospital. Like I don't see why they just didn't do something like that. I don't know. What do you think?
Um, but when they had to get the uh the father to come bless it or something, I don't know. Can't remember
Yeah, but
what exactly they did.
yeah, I mean, you're right. The father would have to bless it, but I mean, he wasn't just not going to go to the hospital. Like he just saw the demon with his own eyes. Like
He
he's
kind of
not
just
going to
dipped
go.
after that. He didn't return at all after towards the end of the movie.
Yeah, it was like deuce. Like just never came back. Like I don't really get it. But like obviously they had their ideas for what they wanted to do. I don't know. Do you have like a favorite death in this movie?
Death. I would say the lamest death was the just what was the is it Matt, the love interest? Is that the character? When he just gets hit by a car. I was like, that's pretty lame, but I'm trying to go
So
through
what
all
do
the
you,
deaths.
so what do you there wasn't really that many deaths. There was like
No,
the girl in the beginning, there was the girl in the beginning's boyfriend, there was Matt.
I prefer
I think
mainly
that was
just I was like, I prefer mainly the visuals or whatever, like the creepy scenes over the actual deaths. Um,
Oh
I
man, it's almost
thought the
time. Talking
time
about
for
you're talking about death, man. I'm just like,
oh,
man,
you
it's
downloaded
almost
the app, didn't you?
huh?
You downloaded the app. It's almost time.
I did. No, I'm thinking about Halloween. Halloween ends.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of deaths in that movie.
Nah, Halloween Kills was that movie that was supposed to be that. I think it's
Was
been more
what?
story in it. And Halloween Kills, that's kind of they did most of the kills. And it's probably gonna be more filler, to be honest.
Dang.
Um,
But yeah, no, the visuals are definitely great.
I like to see when they first see the demon and like the mirror. When the what character was it? It was the boyfriend of the girl that died in the beginning of the movie. He was like in a crutch. He just sees the mirror. He sees the demon there. It's like, is that supposed to be like the Death Grim Reaper, the Black Hood and everything? I thought it was an alright scene, but it was pretty basic. Just when the main character, when she's like in bed and she thinks she's with the dude. So,
Yeah,
and he's walking outside. You think that's gonna be like the ghost, whatever. He's like, I heard you call my name. What's going on?
and you're like, holy shit.
The hand just goes off.
They did a lot of good misdirection in this movie. It was a lot of scenes like that, or I wouldn't say a lot, but there was a few, and I'm not saying that's hard to do, but they did a really good job of doing it.
I thought the restroom scene was pretty cool too, where he saw his little brother just walking around, and he's just walking through the stalls. Clearly, it's probably just I don't know how how they put the set together, like, up and down.
Right. No, that was really cool. Yeah, I mean, I really don't have too much more to talk about this movie. I mean, I'm talking about it like there's a lot of good things, but I'm really basing a lot of my 2.5 rating on not really enjoying the last half of this movie. I thought the first half was great, but the last half just wasn't as. I think it was sloppy, just ending put together. I just didn't enjoy it. But everything else up to that point, to the 49-minute mark, I really enjoyed. It was really cool. But yeah, I mean, really, like I said, I really don't have much more to say about this.
I mean, yeah, towards the end, it could have been A lot stronger. Just her stalling was. It's kind of hoping the doctor actually did die. Say, oh shit, you killed him, and then nothing actually happens. It's like, oh, the
Right?
theory
And
was wrong.
she beat the crap out of this guy and just like didn't even get in trouble whatsoever for it.
Yeah, because the multiple workers there, they came forward.
I'm guessing what happened was he like was all his ass kicked, like limping in there, like Quinn's kicking my ass back there, and they're like, "Well, you deserve it, you pig! I'm telling everyone." And then he got in trouble, and that was it.
That was it.
What do you think of the What do you think of the ending in general? Like, just the app. Like, I thought about it at first. I was just like, that was kind of lame. But then I kind of thought about it like, most horror movies kind of end on like a cliffhanger like that. I wouldn't say call it a cliffhanger. It's more of an open-ended ending. Most horror movies end like that because either the part of the ghost or some trinket that the ghost had ends up like rolling on screen or something, something to make you think that that monster is still alive. So I kind of accepted it, but I mean, I don't know. How did you feel about it?
I was just trying to figure out how they find like a little, like, how was there a backup, and how that the demon or the gypsy somehow make a 2.0 version of this app. Like it
Right.
died like, oh yeah, I had another app in the making, so there's that.
Yeah, maybe there's a failsafe. Like if that app goes down, then another one pops up, and it just keeps having its own failsafe. Like you have to destroy it from the source. You can't just kill the app. You have to kill the whole thing.
I wouldn't even know how they would even go into that in the second film if they were to make it in the second film. It's like, what?
Yeah, I wouldn't know either. I would assume. I don't know. No, I don't know. I really don't know how that would work for a second film.
The lesson to be learned is can't cheat death. Final Destination movies.
You can cheat death. I've learned now. All you got to do is beat him at his own game.
Yeah.
Like Mandy did with Billy, or with like Mandy did with Grimm.
But I don't know. Yeah, it's the taglines. But after that, I mean, the actual ending, it goes down. If you stay up for like maybe a minute or two after the credits, they let her catch up with the radio. I don't know, electronic store guy.
The tech
Andrew,
guy.
tech guy. He goes on his Tinder date that he mentions in the movie. They go to his little date, and then they're still there. Like, I think like it was like 30 minutes that passed, but his phone it notifies him, and then the lights turn off. You hear the sound effect. That's all. It's kind of a weird placement there.
What do you mean?
No, it's like after you get the ending of the original ending, it's like 2.0's up there, and then you just go back over with this guy.
Yeah, I'm sure like it was just an idea. They were just like, hey, we should do something funny with this comedian to like die or something because it'd be funny. Which it kind of was. It was entertaining. I enjoyed it.
Taglines, countdown. So I believe the tagline for this one is death. There's an app for that.
Oh, is that really what it is?
I think so. I mean, that's what the cover says.
I looked at it and I was like, oh, I actually came up with that exact tagline without actually looking at this. That's pretty funny. Um, at least I know I'm getting better at making professional taglines. Um, but some of the ones I got is Countdown, Death Required.
The final countdown. Counts. Countdown. I was gonna install Tinder, but then
Countdown. How many Tinder dates do you have left?
countdown.
And then I got Countdown. It's just an app.
Countdown. Read the terms and agreement.
Right? Countdown. Your time is near.
Your time is up. My time is now. It's like John Cena.
You can't see me, John Cena.
My time is now.
Countdown sounds evil. I like it.
Yeah, I think I don't got anything else. How we would have ended it? How do you
So,
end
like
this movie?
the first ending or second ending?
This-
Because I would have wanted to actually see the second ending of him getting like pulled up and like dismembered and dropped or something.
he falls to the top of the table.
Yeah, but they didn't show anything.
Just left to the imagination.
I think for me, I wouldn't really change much of the ending because, like I said before, I'm just used to horror movies kind of having these ended endings. But what I would have done differently is I would have had her look at her phone, see that the app was installed, and then when she pulled down her phone, she saw like the ugly version of Matt as a demon, and then it just like and then it just goes to titles.
Titles.
Yeah. Or credits, that's what I meant. That's how I think it should have ended. Or my boy Steve come to knock someone out.
It should have. Maybe when they go to the gravesite. Her father and her sister walk away, and she's like, "Oh, just give me one moment." She's there, and right behind her, you hear she hears her mother's voice, and you see the hand over her. She looks back and then just cuts off.
Or she sees the app notification and then she.
The app's also there.
Nice. No, that would have been a good ending too.
Can we do the next segment? Is it? I don't really know. I don't know if there's many standout actors in this film.
I would say Patrick Wilson of the film was. Hold on. Wait, how are we rating this? Is this like a Scream King type of deal, or just any actor who did a decent job?
Who was the hottest? What's just the overall? Who stood out to you the most? Who?
I think the father would get for me the Patrick Wilson. The father, what's his name? Not the one that played Ernie. Father John.
His friends like, oh, I know a guy who's more into that.
Yeah, I think him and Tom Segura, I think killed their roles. They did a perfect job at them. Like they were the perfect comedic reliefs for this movie.
I did enjoy both of them. It's like a flip a coin situation for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I prefer Tom, his role, I guess, a little bit more since he did attempt to actually put in some. I mean, they both had their roles to help out, but just see how he acted into the thing itself, the app, and just try to boost up the lives, like it was a game of Mario, Infinite.
Right. Infinite lives. Yeah, no, it was a good movie.
Yeah, it could have gone either way with those two guys.
Well, I mean, those two people were good. So yeah, for you, it's Tom. What was his name? Damn it! It's alright. Hold on.
What's his name?
Oh, his name was Derek. Derek.
Derek.
Derek.
Derek.
I was like, who's Rachel? She looks hot.
Rachel.
Yeah. Rachel.
Who was Rachel?
I don't know. She was in the movie. I guess maybe she was the first girl that died.
Probably.
She wins hottest girl of the movie award. But no, I mean, yeah, I think that's our review. I mean, there wasn't really a lot of standout moments. Like I said, it's a good one-time watch, but I don't think I'd ever just kind of like be like, oh, Countdown, yeah, definitely want to watch that again.
Maybe once every 2 years. I'll say once a year, but no, once a year you say those for the holiday theme ones. But
yeah, that's only for Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
We're gonna have to review it with Juan.
To rewatch, to revisit.
We're gonna have
your rating's gonna go like
it improves it improves every year just because I'm getting so used to watching it.
It's a 5 for me now. Gobble gobble.
Nice tits, Fuentes. Gobble gobble.
Yeah, it's just like this movie just reminded me of a Blumhouse film, or just like a straight to DVD, Netflix.
Exactly, like it's had that vibe the entire time, and it was a theatrical release. Actually, it got a lot of low reviews. Rotten Tomato 26, IMDb 5.4. Its budget was 6.5 million, but it grossed 48 million, which is like, according to movie terms, apparently that's a commercial success right there. But it still got so many negative reviews. So I guess maybe the marketing was really good for this movie to get a lot of people to go see it at least. But I don't think many people were rewatching it.
I didn't get to see this in the theaters. I saw whenever it came on Redbox.
Like I just feel like I could never trust those commercials anymore. Like I remember when Paranormal Activity came out, they started showing like Paranormal Activity. We can't show you none of the film, but we'll show you the audience's reactions for early screening. And everyone's like, ah! It's just like, so is it really that scary? And then you go watch it and you're like, no, it's not that scary, guys.
It's only like a few jump scares in the movie.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was really weird. It was really weird. But I don't know. It's really hard to trust trailers nowadays, and especially ones like that are trying to build hype, and then they're just kind of. I mean, Paranormal Activity is a good movie. I'm not saying it's not. But I felt like what they were trying to push for it wasn't that great. So I don't know. My opinion, I guess.
What's a recent film trailer that I don't know? So, have you seen recently like didn't really intrigue you at all?
Didn't intrigue me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I used to watch movie trailers like all the time, and I don't even like watch them anymore. I don't know why.
What's like I might see
movies,
it anyway.
Yeah, like even movies that I watch, I hardly watch the trailers anymore. It's just I'm gonna go watch that movie. Like Halloween Ends. I'll probably never see that trailer, but I'll go watch the movie.
Saw a teaser. I saw on YouTube like.
So you saw a teaser.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, this I
But then I saw they teased it
can't.
again on the whenever I went to go see Nope, uh, by Jordan Peele.
Yeah, I heard that was good. I wanted to watch that. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen like any of Jordan Peele's movies except
It's
for
a
maybe one. I've never
good.
seen Get Out.
Oh, yeah, it's the
I've never
best one.
I've never seen. I haven't seen Nope. I think there's another one. I haven't seen that either. Um,
Us.
but yeah, I guess yeah. Well, Juan wasn't here, but we already picked his movie. So are we gonna announce his movie? Because I was like, it's my birthday present. Because the next time we're doing the show is gonna be September 7th, and that's my birthday, September 7th.
December 7th.
So I still plan to do the podcast that day, unless something crazy happens. And since we were thinking about something fun, and it kind of just came up in talking, Juan decided that, and we all kind of agreed that we'll be reviewing Little Nicky for the next movie for the Friday the 14th podcast. Um, I'm really excited to be reviewing it just because I haven't seen Little Nicky in like forever. And I used to watch it a lot when I was a kid. And it's also my birthday. So it's kind of like a birthday present where we get to just talk about Little Nicky and just laugh our asses off. I think it's going to be a good time. So, yeah, if y'all want to come back September 7th on my birthday, gossip about Little Nicky and also wish me a happy birthday, that'd be awesome.
Birthday bash.
I'll have the birthday. I have another background dancer.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's the show, man.
That was the show. At least for the review, yeah. So Lord Nicky for the next episode, and UHD. We're gonna be doing a Tusk, with Justin Long. That's an A24 film. Decided to contribute to Juan's little theme of A24. That's what he's been doing on his podcast the whole month of August. A24. Um, the production A24. They started doing things like 10 years ago. That's pretty interesting. So it's on their 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, it's like they find a lot of the indie directors and indie stories and like stuff that the mainstream wouldn't put out. So they like kind of just put it to like it looks good, and the more I look at it and think about it, the more I'm like it makes sense. But like the movie with Daniel Radcliffe being a dead body, like I can't think of any serious studio that would have been like, this is a great idea, let's do it. And it turned out to be a great movie. But it's like, a lot of these A24 films, they're artsy. They're like a little different than the normal film that you watch, and they're always they're always so creative. It's so crazy. Like just knowing that when you like kind of what I think Juan had said it before, that I don't remember who said it, but somebody said it. They even like when you start a movie or a trailer and you see just the A24 pop up, like you already know something good's about to happen. You're like, oh shit, okay, what do they got now for us? Like you're just excited, like because they bring quality work to the table. Like it's out of the norm. It's not the same shit all the time. So it's really, really interesting. And, their movies and stuff they're coming out with, and I hope they keep it that way. I hope they keep coming out with original stuff like they've been doing for years.
Yeah, they usually do very well under the horror stuff. Like I mean, I just recently, even though it's kind of it's a weird film. You ever get to watch it? Men. It was a recent episode that the Cinema Movie Podcast. I was on the show. I was past Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we talk about Men. It was just really intriguing. Like it was like so artsy, but just kind of weird too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I saw Bodies at maybe a week ago. That's like
Bodies.
that's like horror comedy.
Mm-hmm.
That stars Pete Davidson.
Interesting. Yeah, I haven't seen too many A24 films, but the more that I see, the more that I just enjoy every one of them that I see. I'm just like, oh shit, okay, this is cool. Oh shit, this is cool. Apparently, the everything everywhere all at once is an A24 film.
Yeah.
From what I heard, and I was watching like this little TikTok type of deal, and it was talking about how like it like rivals big budget movies, and it had like a lower budget with way less people than a normal like big studio has, but they still came out with like quality work. And I haven't seen it before yet, but that's one like on my watch list. Like I want to watch that one, Everything and Everywhere All at Once, or Everything Everywhere All at Once, because it just looks so damn good and so interesting, you know.
Jamie Lee Curtis comes on it.
I saw her in the trailer that I don't watch, and but yeah, no, it really looks really interesting. I'm really looking forward to when I do get to see that movie. But yeah, Emo Sawal Productions is got about 850 subscribers now. So it sounds like I'm about to be in a dress pretty soon. At least as of this time right now. I guess by the time y'all probably hear this, I'll probably already be finding my dress.
Mm.
And they have 858 subscribers right now. Or we do on Emo Sawal Productions. So yeah, if y'all haven't subscribed to Emo Sawal Productions, go to YouTube. It's Emo Sawal. That's awesome spelled backwards. Productions. And subscribe. They do wrestling. We do this podcast. We do the Fanboy podcast. We do
Your two shows.
Oh yeah, sorry. Deep dive through the Upside Down, Behind the Mask with Mr. Fuentes. I know we do. We sponsor now, and I think upload the Cinema Movie Podcast stuff too, right? Or they're part of. They're not really part of the brand. I think Juan does his own little thing in there sometimes too, right?
Well, I mean, Juan's part of the brand. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. I never really talked to him. I know their audio is he's teamed up with I'm blanking on the team they're with, but that's just like audio. They have I guess the rights for them. As far as like just YouTube streaming, I mean, they're part of us really, as far as the visual side. And I mean, he's on Friday the 14th UHD, so.
But yeah, Franco's been keeping up with them wrestling reels, and they're just getting better and better. So if you're into underground wrestling or just wrestling in general, check it out. Go to Emo Sawal Productions. You could also check out this show and other things as well. All of the other shows we're coming with Deep Dive Through the Upside Down is a Stranger Things podcast. Fanboy Podcast is a kind of a comic book podcast or comic book movie podcast. So yeah, I mean, definitely check those out. I appreciate y'all for joining us. We do this for fun, but I'm glad if we can make anyone else enjoy this, or even possibly go watch one of these movies we review because of our review. That makes me happy. I'm sure it makes Nick and Juan happy as well, just that y'all even take our advice on any of these things. So thank y'all. And yeah, my name's Mr. Fuentes. I do rap music. You can check me out at Mr. Fuentes 361 on all my social medias. And if you want to listen to my music, you can go to Spotify, Apple Music, or anywhere you stream music and just search Mr. Fuentes, just like it says right here.
Nice. And I've been the 4K Bad Guy. You can follow me at the 4K Bad Guy on Instagram, and follow our page on Instagram. I mean, Friday 14 Podcast UHD. shout out to the boys, Franco, Manny Fresh, a newer friend, Drew Dredd that you do the show Deep Dive with, also
Mhm.
Tiff. But past Saturday, I got to see him in action. What he does best, wrestle. So shout out Drew.
Did he slam his body on you?
Did he slam his body on me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Maybe in the
next
future.
time.
Maybe next time, yeah. But just thank you as usual for tuning in, seeing visually, hearing, and hopefully we see Juan in the next episode. We better see Juan in the next episode. But until then, stay ultra, guys.